Hey guys, it's your girl Heather, also known as Some Ginger Chick, and in famous Torious fashion, I am finally here again. I know that was like 5 months since the last video about learning tarot, but I don't know if anyone's watching anyway, but maybe someone will eventually. I was initially making this for my friend. I don't know if she's even still watching, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. We are back to the 5s, 6, and 7s and 8s. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. So let's just jump right in, shall we? Alright, so we'll start since I had it on top to begin with. Picking up on that Taurian energy, even though it's Pisces season. Listen to me, I am rambling. It is Scorpio season right now, which is my opposite. Because opposites attract, and you know. Anyway. So let's dive right into the Five of Pentacles. Again, we know this is Earth energy. And I told y'all before, there ain't nothing positive about fives. All the fives, if you get a 5 in a reading, it's always a woe is me or why me energy. Always. Every single 5 card is a why me. So now we apply that to the elements. This is a card about, like, you can see they're outside of a stained glass window and they're crippled, they're poor. This is the lonely masses yearning to be free card. Okay, so this is someone who feels like they've been left out in the cold. That's the way that you could best describe it, but more on like a physical level. So this is someone that you shut out like physically, or you're apart from physically, or that you was shut down physically or financially. That could also be a possibility. When it comes to a love reading, this is someone who just feels cold by you, or you feel this way. You feel like I've put forth so much effort and I just feel the cold. I have put so much into this job, but I just feel the cold. I have put so much into whatever the situation is. I've done all the work, but I just feel left out and cold. I'm crippled. I'm feeling abandoned. Where is your mercy now? This is kind of this is the energy of that card, okay? I'm going to try to go through these a bit more quickly, but I think you guys are starting to understand the concept of what each energy is. So with 5, or with Earth, it's always about a physical or tangible, something physical or tangible. It's like, there's not a draft, but why do I feel a chill? It's that type of energy, or how could you do me like that sort of energy, but it would be applied to something physically, right? Whether it be finances, whether it just be how they actually, you're affecting them in a physical way. Maybe their health is suffering now. Maybe it's like, I can't sleep to the point to where my health is suffering, or this has hurt me in an emotional way to the point that my health is suffering. It could be that. But when it applies to a love reading, this is somebody who feels like I gave you everything. I gave it my all. And what did you give me? You just, when I needed you, when I was crippled and broken down, you just shut the door right in the middle of a damn snowstorm. That's this energy, right? Okay. Now, number 5 of Cups. This one is just the sad sack. That song, Tony Rich, and I think it was also made into a country song. But nobody knows it but me. Hey. I lie awake till 3:15. I'd scream in the night, and I thought you'd hear me. Yeah, my heart is calling you, but nobody knows it but me. That's this if any tarot card was a song, it was, this is that tarot card and this is that song. So this person is like a woe is me. They may not be showing it physically, they may not even be showing it mentally or on the outside, but deep down inside, this is also sometimes like emotionally missing. So this could be like, if it's in a work reading, it could be like, nobody knows how emotionally I'm suffering at this job, what it's taking from me. Nobody knows it but me. And this can also be a shoulda, coulda, woulda type card, but it pity me, poor me, or sometimes, honestly, depending on the cards around it, this person may think they're being silent, but they're really not, depending on the cards around it, because the energy of this one, it's very difficult, I find, as a human animal, that people actually keep these type of emotions really inside. Somebody knows it besides themselves, whether they can probably read them or something. But this is that entire energy. It's nobody knows it but me. So when you get it in a love reading, it could also indicate maybe the person is missing you. But the thing is that this person is so busy looking at all these cups over here, right, that are spilled over. They're not looking at the opportunities. So it's the fruition of the Four of Cups. Yeah, they've come out. Yeah, but they're still not looking. They're still not looking. So this could be someone that is also blaming someone emotionally. Like, I don't know what. Nobody knows how I feel, but yeah, but I told this person is just like treating me badly. This is a pity me card if there ever was one too. Okay? All right. The Five of Wands. Okay, this one indicates just competition. So this card right here is not fun to, this one is actually, if there could be a positive 5 card, this one could read maybe a little positive depending on the cards around it. But if you consider someone just vying for your attention positive, I guess that's positive, but I don't really see that as in the grand scheme of things as positive, right? But this is about conflict, and it's the start of conflict, or it's about competition. Sometimes it can indicate friendly competition, right? But this is about passion, drive, and energy. This is like the energy of, well, sometimes, depending again on the cards around it, why even try when there's so much competition? Or I'm going to have to fight really hard to make this happen. Or, geez, all we do is just compete with one another. But this is about like competing for your affections, competing for your passion, and what you feel you got to do to compete for that one way or another. So if you see this and you're asking, like in a love reading, for example, how do they feel about me? This can indicate that they feel like they have to compete for you, or it could also interpret as playful banter or arguing or fighting, because these guys are simply sparring, but they're sparring in the moment of passion. So it's a less like, it's not super heavy competition, but it's like we're gonna throw hands, and I'm willing to throw hands for something. And that's essentially the gist of it. I'm willing to throw hands for this job. I'm willing to throw hands for this love, maybe. Or it can mean that if you're asking, depending on the context of it, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I was just playing. It can also mean that too. So just make sure that whatever question you ask, or what placement or cards around it, that you understand and interpret it accordingly. It can, again, mean, I was just playing, I wasn't serious, this is just friendly competition, I was just playing. Or it could be, all right, no, I'm ready to square up, I'm ready to play, put me in, coach, that kind of thing. But I still don't necessarily see this as a positive, because it's such young energy. If it is a put me in, coach, it is such a young energy of it, because it is passion, and passion is fleeting, that it's sort of like the beginning of it. Okay, that dreaded Five of Swords. The one song that comes to mind, I'm telling all of y'all, it's Sabotage. The Beastie Boys, Sabotage. I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm gonna set it straight, this Watergate. This energy of this is like mental battle. It's like I took your swords and you got none. But at the same time, This is someone, this is like almost narcissistic energy right here. This is something, this is about playing a game of the mind, right? This is playing a game of the mind, and somebody's got to lose, and it ain't going to be me. So when you get this type of energy, some tarot cards, some tarot readers will say, "Oh, cheating." Here we go again, the cheating thing. But it's not necessarily always cheating. I always say that it's not necessarily always cheating. But however, if you get like 3 cheating cards, you get the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and then other. I'm like, well, maybe there's something to this. But this card alone is not going to indicate that. Okay, so with 5 of, it can also mean like self-sabotage too. This is a person who gets so caught up, give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves. This is that type of energy. This person right here, this is the master narcissist. Hello, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me, but I don't care, I'm going to win. This is the sabotage energy, but sometimes it can even mean self-sabotage. So when it comes to like a love reading, you don't ever want this card in a love reading. Either you the problem, either you this guy, or the other person's that guy, depending on the cards surrounding it. It's like either, what's happening, you can't, this person came to play mentally. This is an air energy. They are here to play with your mind. It is a mental battle. So here we go. I got all and you got none. And guess what? I don't even need the 2 on the ground. I just took them because I could. It's that type of energy, okay? So we got our air, our fire, our water. Trying to make these, and our earth. All right. Why you gonna do me like that? Nobody knows it but me. I just came here to play. I'm telling all of y'all it's sabotage. All right, let's move on to 6. All right, the 6 energy. Now 6s are usually actually a bit more positive. But just like all of these positive cards, they can have a negative aspect to them, right? With that in mind, let's dive right in. Okay, let's start with everyone's favorite in 6 energy. It's the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups, everyone loves this card because, as you can see, it's a little boy giving a little girl a cup, which we all know a cup is just emotions. It's beautiful, right? But this is a beautiful scene, so these are beautiful emotions, allegedly. So it's a 6 of Cups. It's about our childhood, our past, remembering. Some people can go as deep as to say it's soulmate energy in some ways, that it's remembering our past lives and people we've known before. And then other times it can be interpreted as simply children or our childhood. Either way, I mean, it can be, but it's still intended as a beautiful, positive memory. So he's giving his little flower, and he's like, I have emotions for you, and this little flower shows exactly my emotions for you. Here, take my cup of love. So that is essentially like the gist of it. So if it's in a work reading, then you may find, if it's work related, you'll find that it could be that this is something connected to your childhood, or connected to something you feel is maybe your sole purpose, or something you've always wanted to do since you were a child, and that opportunity may open up to you, or your sole purpose, almost like what you were born to do, or something along those lines, right? If it comes up in a love reading, it can talk about children themselves. It could be as simple as that, depending on the cards around. Wanting to have children, or the children you share together, or something. It's a positive aspect related to that. Also, if that's not a factor, then you also have to think about childhood. Depending on, again, the cards around it, you'll learn to interpret this, whether or not they feel like a soul connection. Like if it's surrounded by a bunch of like other water cards and such, then they feel it's a soul connection. Probably it's that type of energy. But depending on what's surrounding it, or what you can extract or epilate from it, it's usually a just, I usually interpret it as remembering. It's like, you make me feel like a kid again, you make me feel young again. It can also be any of those things. But the entire energy behind this card is that sole purpose as a child, or our past. It's always about past, but in a positive light, that emotional light, okay? The Six of Swords. This is actually one of my favorite cards, and I'll tell you why. Because this is, look at this mother, and she's got a child, and and she's been stabbed and hurt. She's been hurt. This is clear. This is like the continuation of the like the Three of Swords we learned was you stab through the heart 3 times, right? The Four of Swords is, I need time to think. I need time to think. The Five of Swords was someone self-sabotaging. It was way out there, right? But Five of Swords, this is like when the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords finally come to completion, and this person is ready to move on. They are mentally ready to move to calmer waters. You know what? I don't have to take this. I don't have to live life this way. I got a child to think about, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but it can very well be that. I got a child to think about. I got myself to think about. We getting out of here. We moving on. We moving on up. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm moving on up. I'm moving past all this, because the past is about to be behind me, and I'm gonna move through calmer waters mentally. I am mentally prepared for this. I've had enough. She hurt. She's still sad. The emotions are still there. Look at her head. Her head is down, but she is moving on. So you can interpret that for love, for work, for anything. This person is just basically mentally ready to move on, because they are thinking logically. This ain't, what I've been through ain't right. I still have my emotional burdens a bit, but what I went through ain't right. I'm ready to move on. And the Six of Wands, this is that fire, just like fire energy. So this guy right here, he is on his horse. There's a parade. Everybody's celebrating. Yay, dude, what did you do? Good for you. All right, so this is victory, like, VICTROY, victory, You can say victory in Jesus, my Savior forever, or you can say victory. This guy, he is the warrior, and he's come home. He's being celebrated. The time has passed. The war is over, and they won. So this is about pride. This is all about pride, and this is about, like, sometimes it's justful pride. Sometimes it can represent over egotistical, depending on the card surrounding it again. But this is about passion. This is about, I've stood to my passion, and I am proud of what I did. I'm proud of my passion. My passions are coming to fruition. This is my victory. I won something. I won a battle. I won. And I'm justified. Or this person riding this horse feels justified. Six of Pentacles. Now, Six of Pentacles is nothing more than reciprocity. Though, at times, it doesn't really look that way, does it? Because this guy's standing over these guys, and he's like giving, But when you really look at it, this is about balance of coins. It's about reciprocity. So, the whole purpose about this is give and take on a physical level. So if you see this in a love reading, it's about someone who meets you in the middle. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? So this is someone who is willing to do that. They're willing to they're willing to discuss terms. This is reciprocity, give and take, but also on a physical level. So it's about generosity, but reciprocity, really. Because, do you think this man would have gotten so rich if it wasn't for on the backs of others? No. And he recognizes that. And so he's giving back. And you see the scales here, he wants to balance some things out. Of course, their lives are their own. Their choices are their own. But he wants to try to balance the scales as much as possible. So this is like a humanitarian card in some ways, but oddly, it's like Taurus. Which the humanitarian sign is known to be Aquarius, but this is about, you gave to me, so I'm going to give back. And Tauruses are actually known to, a good balanced Taurus is really known for that. Okay, you gave to me, so I will give to you. And thus forth. So this is about reciprocity. So when I see this in any reading, this is an okay, you gave to me, I'll give to you. But it also can mean, if I give this to you, what you gonna give me? So, but the person's gonna give or willing to give, but you got to give something in return. That can be the negative aspect of it. I'll give to you, but what you gonna give me? So you got to think, depending on the cards surrounding it, what that message actually means. Okay. All right, cruising right along, cruising right along. Hey, we're cruising right along. Ooh, 7. 7 uncles. Oh wait, 7 monkeys on my uncle's ranch. Whatever. What was that old rhyme? Anyway, 7 is supposed to be the number of God, and the only positive card I can think of in this group, 7 of Cups. I mean, sometimes that can be positive in a love reading. Sometimes it can be negative. But 7 of Pentacles, I actually see that one as always positive. Give me a second. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. Talking 20 minutes straight, need a drink. Okay, so 7 is the perfect number. It's God's number, right? In tarot, well, God is both fair and just, and he speaks to us through tarot, fair and just, in the number 7. Let me tell you that. Okay, so let's just start with the 7 of Wands. All right, 7 of Wands. There's nothing that says, motherfucker, back off, motherfucker. This is like the Samuel L. Jackson card. That's the way I see this one. Back off, motherfucker. All right. So 7 of Wands is, I am passionate and I am not afraid to fight. I got my bow and I am going to stand up for my passion. And I said no. No means no. So if you see, and passionately no. So if you see 7 of Wands here, that means they ain't even willing to, they willing to fight. They willing to fight. But this ain't the I'm just playing of the 5 of Wands. This is 7 of Wands now. This is I'm going to fight. Oh, 6 of Wands, I thought I won. You thought you won. Oh, no, we back for round 2. we going to have round 2. We going to fight. We really going to throw hands now. But no, 7 of Wands is very much the I'm standing on this hill. I will die on this hill. We ain't back off. This is very much that energy. Again, I think it's pretty easy now. You guys have learned enough to interpret for work, for love, and how it means therefore, right? You'll notice I'll start going through these a lot quicker. I'm not going to over explain anymore. That's fire energy. Now, this is the only one that can be is I consider kind of very positive, but at the same time, if you are not one, you don't want someone to sit on their hands too long, right? So this is 7 of Pentacles. This is someone who is taking stock or really contemplating or thinking about, well, what strategy do I need to make next to make this come to fruition? I'm looking at my crops. I'm seeing how they're growing. I'm taking stock. All right, so I'm making plans for the future. But I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm just sitting here looking and examining. So wait a minute, give me a minute. Let me think this through, because I want my crops. I want the physical thing to grow. So like in a job interview, this is always, this is like they're still looking over their candidates. They thinking about it. Take a number, it might be a while. But in a relationship, that means that this person is evaluating what they want from either you, what they really want. or what they really need, or what's really gonna happen. Oh, let me think about this. Like, I know what I think I know what I want my outcome to be, but is this, how am I going to get there? So I gotta stop farming for a second and evaluate. This is so analytical. I know they say it's not Virgo energy, but it reminds me of Virgo. Wait a minute, I gotta analyze this. That's exactly what this whole scenario is. So you gotta interpret it in that respect. Okay, so when it comes to love, career, or whatever type of reading you're doing, if you get this in a love reading, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Especially, well, you got to look at the cards around it too, but it's like this person saying, hold on, wait a minute. But if you've been with the person for 8 years and you're like, are we going to get married, and you get this card, I'd be like, you might as well, I don't know, this person's still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. All right, the 7 of Cups. This one reminds me of Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams. He's so tall and handsome as hell. You know, this is about okay, this has 2 meanings. One is fantasy. You know, this is someone that is living, that you are either this person's wildest dreams that I have. You know, that they either see me in hindsight, tangled up all night, burning it down. This is that person's energy towards you, and they are like literally, I can dream about you. Or they're living in this is all about a fantasy world. It's either that interpretation, or this person has way too many choices and they don't know what the hell they want. The way you'll know the difference is, again, the cards surrounding it. So say if I get this and this card together, it ain't wildest dreams, okay? It's the other one. I got too many choices. This dude knows what he wants. He's trying to figure out how to get it, and he's thinking, well, who's the right person for me? Okay, I hope that makes sense. So this card is all about, and it's the same thing with you know, with you don't never want this in a reading for work, for career, because this means that nobody knows what they want. You get what I'm saying? They got an ideal candidate, but it probably ain't you. Or maybe it is you, but they don't think they can get you. So either way, it's not a, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's up in their fantasies on this one. Hang on. Okay. 7 of Swords. Okay, this is one of the most dreaded cards in tarot ever. The 7 of Swords. The thief in the night. So the 7 of Swords, this is the big, he's a cheater, she's a cheater card, okay? This is the big one. But remember how I talked about 5 of Swords, it's sabotage. This one is more of the lines of like, I'm drawing a blank on the song right now. But yeah, this is the energy of, look, the dude's sneaking off with swords, and he's looking over his shoulder, and look, he's tiptoeing. This is something is afoot at the Circle K, my ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so there's this person is sneaky. They be sneaking. There is nefarious deeds at act, and you may not be aware, or you suspect, but nobody is aware. So this is like the energy. They be sneaking. Somebody be sneaking. So when you get this is hidden enemies. This is, yes, sometimes cheating. This is never a good card to get. It's also, again, plays back to, maybe this is you. Maybe you know you be doing wrong. Maybe you know you know what you know. So it's that energy that it's a thief in a night. It's the thief card. And I don't know how else to explain that. I don't know how we need to go in more detail about that. It's the thief card. And it's the mental thief, right? It's the air energy. It's like, I'm getting away with it. Look at what I did. Look at what I got away with. And I'm sneaking. I am light as a feather and nobody knows. You know, it's that energy. I'll never get caught. Yeah. They can't put me on nothing. They can't catch me on nothing. This is that energy. Oh my gosh. I remember this song. Um, I remember it, so I put it back. Sorry. Don't catch me riding dirty. Don't catch me riding dirty. Riding dirty. They see me rolling. They be hating. Okay, so this person will have the persona of catch me riding dirty. But this person is actually riding dirty. That was it. That was it. That was the energy I was trying to like pick up on. That was the song. Anyway, I had to share it. I like paused it and then remembered it and brought the card back. But yeah, they see me rolling, they be hating. Yeah, but this person is actually guilty. They guilty. Hide your mom, hide your kids, hide your boyfriend, hide your girl. Remember that meme or that video back in the day? Yeah, this is the guy that snuck into Antoine's sister's bedroom. That's that dude. But what's important to remember about this energy is that it's about mental, all right? It's about mental gains. It's about mental, this is someone that mentally steals you, all right? So this is like, the last guy was playing, checkers. Five of Swords playing checkers. This guy is playing chess, okay? All right. Let's get to the eights. Eight so great. Ain't so great. I don't know. These are actually a mixed bag. Actually, every one of these has a respect of being positive and or can be very positive. And I will also point out the ones, Eight of Cups catches a lot of shade for being negative, but I actually can see it in a very positive light, and I'll explain. All right, let's start with Eight of Wands, though. So Eight of Wands is passionate energy. And here we go with fire again. So passion, it's about, this is the passionate communication. This is like, will he call me? Yes. Will he call me for sex? Probably. I'm just saying. This is this can also honestly, this can also indicate all the wands ones honestly can indicate, it's phallic energy, so it can indicate sexual energy as well. But this is a very positive card. If you're asking about a job, yes, this is fast. They plan to make fast communication. This is their energy right now. They want to talk to you. If you're asking about a romantic or a love thing, this is what they want. They want to talk. They want to communicate. They want to fuck like bunnies, whatever. This is what they want. This is that type of passionate, expressive communication, and they want it fast and they want it now. They want it yesterday. So that's essentially this energy. It's passionate communication one way or another. But they want to express their passion to you quickly, fast, like 8 flying rods. Eight of Cups. All right, Eight of Cups gets so much shade because it's the walking away card. This dude is walking away from everything he emotionally knew. Look at the moon. It's like in 2 different phases, and it's looking at him like, oh, sad for you. But what everyone seems to neglect is that this person is walking away essentially from something that no longer serves them. So this is like, fuck this, I'm out. I've got something better. There's something better for me in life. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. I feel it. I can emotionally, I feel like this is like emotional freedom. Walking away from whatever this is emotional freedom for this person. And that can really hurt. Especially if you are the person, if you're giving this reading to someone and they're like, how did they feel about me? And you draw this Eight of Cups card, you're like, ooh. You don't want to tell this person you were an emotional burden and this person's moving on because they feel like there's something better for them out there emotionally. But it's the truth. That's what this card is. But also it can indicate like, but it's the same for, a job. Like, I'm done with this job. This job has wore me out. I don't even like my family no more. I don't even like myself anymore. And I know there's something better for me. It's the same thing. That is the whole energy of this card. People always see it as a negative and say, you walked away. They walked away. That's all they'll say is they walked away. Someone walked away. It's because somebody felt like this was an emotionally bad situation and they are walking towards something better. And that's a hard pill for people to swallow sometimes, let me tell you. It's a hard pill for anyone to swallow. All right. I love this card. This is the 8 of coins, or 8 of pentacles, however your deck interprets it. All right. So this is someone that, this is like Snow White, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go. Not the 80s with razor cuts and blown up butts, hi ho. No, not that one. But it's the impression this person is ready to work. This person is ready to put in the physical work for this card. So, and when I see this card, I actually love it, especially in love readings, because that means this person is ready. This is I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to do the hard work. I know there's going to be emotional work. There's going to be mental work. There's going to be physical work. And you know what? I'm in. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to perfect this. We are going to work on this. I'm ready. I'm going to do it. And if you get this in a career reading, this could be that someone is developing or fine-tuning their skills, right? I see you've been learning. I see you've been working and bettering yourself for your career. You've been bettering and depending on what's happening around it, that hard work is going to pay off, depending on the cards around it. But this is this isn't that kind of energy. I'm ready to put in the work. No matter what this is, I want to put in the work. Whether or not the person knows how to put in the work is another story, but this is their true intention. This is the intention of it, putting in the work. All right? Past position, maybe they did before and now they don't want to, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But this is the energy of this card. 8 of Swords. Okay, 8 of Swords is actually kind of a mixed bag. So, and I'll explain why. It mostly, I think of that old Creed song. I created my own prison. I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head. Okay, so this woman is bound and blindfolded, and she is surrounded by swords. And in her mind, her mentality is, I can't escape. I can't get out. I can't escape this thing. Whatever this thing is that represents these swords. These swords represent, I mean. So this woman thinks she can't get out, but she can. She can walk right out if she only would. So this is someone who is trapped by their own mental anguish. Sometimes it can indicate mental illness in a person, but it's also, if it's in a job reading, it can indicate that it's positioned where they just won't recognize or see that there's a obvious solution. This is about missing because you were so mentally wrapped up in the prison you created for yourself. It's your own, you're a prison of your own device, right? The Eagles, we are prisoners here of our own device. You can't see the forest for the trees because you're too wrapped up in your own head in all of this. You could just simply start walking. And yeah, you may be still bound, but if you just started walking forward, you get out of this. You can eventually break free, but you won't. You just stand there because you're trapped by the mental prison you put yourself in, but it ain't there. And that's the entire energy of this card. All right, my guys, I hope that this was helpful, entertaining, illuminating. That's the word. Entertaining and illuminating. Jazz fingers. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Next time I do a video, We'll go all the way up to the Pentacles, excuse me, not Pentacles, but the Minor Arcana, which, well, we are in the Minor Arcana, excuse me, the suits in the Queens, the Pages, the Kings, and all that. We'll finish up 9 and 10 and dive into our Pages, Knights, Kings, and Queens. See you later. Bye.